The title of the poem is, What Would You Do? And the epigram, if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. That's Pablo Neruda. So what would you do if you are the mother bear? Of course you will lunge, slash that gun-holding man who could harm your cubs. If you are the disillusioned opportunist, numbed by cold, angry engines who attack and rob you of the pelts you struggle to capture, strip, pile into potential livelihood, maybe you too would strike out on your own, as if no God exists, as if no civilization waits. And if you are the film director, you will decide to portray the opportunist as an evil-hearted man who will kill a dying man's son because he interferes with your chance to survive. If your daughter were kidnapped, would you not also search for her? Would you not also want to kill any man who resembles one who transgresses the people of your race? If you are the captain, you will worry about your men. Do you worry also that you forget what your wife looks like? Wonder why you have chosen this life in the numbing cold, the stark lack of comfort, as branches rip your face, ice water seeps into your boots? And if you are the young boy stuck with a snarly opportunist, will your conscience do more than scream? If you are Leo, you will show how to survive staggering odds, dragging your lacerated skin and broken bones through muck. You will miraculously capture and eat a fish raw, partake with a pawnee of bison felled by wolves, gut a horse to nestle inside the bloody skin as a blizzard rages about you. Your fury and fierce love for your boy will give you superhuman strength for this and more. If you are the dead wife, you will haunt your husband and son and tell them to look at the trunk of the tree and to keep breathing. If you are the trees, taller than towering masts, iced evergreen dripping in sunlight, the endless sweep of rocky peaks, you have no say as stilled shots capture your stunning beauty, and Ryuichi composes music and the wolf howls. Well then, who are you then, as you watch this movie, hear these words, knowing you are related to all these? Thank you.
We have our next guest performer. One moment. We're just, pay attention, Denise. We have our next performer, who's Laurie. I forget how to say her name.
Excuse me, Laurie Monihan.
Monihan. Graduated from RT last year, right? Yeah. Yeah, woo! We're visual arts degree. And for a DVA as well. So she'll be doing her poetry today. Laurie saying thank you. There you go.
Hello everyone, I'm Laurie. My girlfriend Lila wrote a poem entitled Nevermind, and it inspired me to write this poem, which I've entitled Wait. The family dinner table. For me growing up, things were always the same. I felt left out. While others were enjoying each other's company, I would sit alone and eat my dinner. Once in a while, someone would give me or show me a finger. I know which finger I'm talking about. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It's this one, the wait finger. My family would be enjoying each other's company and having a great old time, and I might feel like I want to know what's going on. So I would interrupt the flow of conversation to find out, but someone would respond with, "Oh, just never mind," or "I'll tell you later," or "Wait." Now, to me, never mind meant it wasn't something that was important for me to know. The conversation didn't include me, so I didn't need to be informed. Tell you later, to me, meant that, I might ask them later, but undoubtedly they would forget, and it wasn't something they felt I needed to know. Wait, for me, when someone said wait, it meant they didn't have the time to explain it to me. And while my family would be having a great old time across the dinner table, engaging in great conversation, I would just sit and eat my food. Sometimes they would show me a finger. Now I know which finger I'm talking about. Do you? This one. Just wait. Occasionally I would look up from my dinner plate to see everyone staring at me, and I would be concerned that maybe I had been chewing too loudly. So out of curiosity, I would ask what was going on. And someone might start to respond with, "Laurie, oh, never mind." So I was left to my own devices. But these people, they were my family. And yet they seemed too busy for me. They didn't feel that I needed to be included with the goings-on. And sometimes they would show me a finger. I know which finger I'm talking about. Do you? Wait. It made me feel invisible, unimportant, not an integral part of my family. And I felt left out of that family dinner ritual. Thank you very much.
Who's next, John? You have the list?
I do, yeah.
You know who's next?
Mental graffiti.
He's got the list.
I think our next performers are the RIT Slam Club, Mental Graffiti. We have, let's see, Kyra Krinetsky, and we have Max Orr, I believe, and Joyce Kasab, I believe. So are you guys all here somewhere? Okay, and let's see, give the announcements as they're coming up. Joyce is to be interpreted by Kira Webster, and Max Orr, I think by Ash.
Max is an interpreter.
Oh, Max, sorry, Max is the interpreter. Ash Hrim is the poet. And Max is in my online class. Where's Max? Hey, nice to meet you. And Kira being interpreted by Denise Herrera. So I guess we can bring up Kira first if she's around. Kira? here she comes. We'll go with Kyra first, and then Ash, and then where's Joyce? And then Joyce. Okay, good to see you, Joyce. All right, Kyra Krinetsky, give it up for RIT. And Kyra's also the editor of signatures. Again, there's free copies. So yeah, Kyra. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Hello. So these are the signatures magazines that we're all talking about incessantly. It's this beautiful, big, gray book, and it's just on the table. They're totally free, and it's last year's edition. So there's really cool photography and poetry, and they're in really cool layouts too. There's a little book inside of it. There's different colored inks. So definitely grab one on your way out. All right, now. So last year, I was always writing really sad poems, which of course are beautiful and wonderful, but I was doing them too much. I was a little too sad, and so I figured it would be better for me to write something a little more uplifting and happy, and it made me feel good. So I will share that with you today, and it is called Green. Light moss, grainy leather texture, extra bumps and soothes the tips of my fingers as they linger over pages and drops of ink. I sink into my words, out of my words, not my words, never mind. I have no shrine to this body clasped to time. I find it hard to mind myself as kind of owning what I speak and scribe. These scratches are not my batches of matches that I can just light with my selfish sandpaper tongue. I'm not the focus of my life. The fire burns eternally from out of my forest of perception. Perhaps then I am just catching smoke. Am I? Not quite, unless I falter. My altar is close enough to catch the glow. The warmth is what feeds me. Thank you, Mother Vibration, for seeing me, or rather, making it easy to open my eyes. Inside, I feel enough energy to know it's real, but I have to provide my own air of caring to keep alive. There is no try to touch the flame, for it is no man's place to rush his face into the race of beginning being that we only know as the unknown. Our bones are the dust under its feet. We're bound to rust, lest we forget we must rest our souls to the power out of ours. The power out of ours. The flower shouts to the showers, need it be reminded that the rain made it kindly grow. We all stem from the same seeds, from the same tree. Even if one leaves and rustles their way under wheels of doubt and anger, their petals churning the gears to hear their own screams and screeches, to feel less alive than they already seem. Ride back. Ride back. What is a life that doesn't grow? What benefit is there to stay bland over the intent to expand? What happens to the same thing done over and over, over and over? Picking identical scabs and coals might find you a four-leaf clover, but at the expense of the rest of your garden. Let past cuts harden and fade away in decay, and lay your head in your bed of change. Does a landscape look the same every day? Branches twist, the winds of time doth blow to sow new beginnings in every sunset. I bet if you let it, the soft soil will coil around your feet, rooting you deep into the most enriching existence you will ever keep. Thank you.
All right, Kyra Krinetsky, and all right, Kyra. Our next reader is RIT student Ash Hrim, and interpreted by Max Orr.
All right, so time to get sad. They throw him into the sky. He is a bullet too light to fall back down. He is a frail body, and they are dilated pupils absorbing the sun, or truth, or God, or Father, our Father, they say, digging toes into fresh mulch, who are encased in marble, raised above the ground. When I press my hand against the cold stone, the flesh of my palm fills the inscription with life. It reads, Edward Francis Devaney. My grandpa is not buried because his body is too holy for the dirt. His children are insisting that their mother sit on their shoulders. She is too glorious for the ground. Give us this day my grandma feeds 9 mouths instead of 10. In my last memory of my grandpa, his oxygen line gets tangled in our embrace. It is hard to let go. Forgive us. When Uncle Allen dies, my mother is beside him down the coast. His 8 siblings turn his body into sand and let their saltwater breath carry him north, to a mother too weak for airplanes, to a mother saving her flight for the day she joins her husband. She captures her son's body in mason jars. Lightning bug candles lining stadium tracks, paper bags in memorial of Alan Bruce Devaney. In my last memory of him, it is October, and a priest is blessing his hairless